Well, shopping is one of my wife's favorite things. She loves to pick up bargains and glean the best deals. Mostly, she runs to the store, but lots of times she gets what she needs online. So this led me to wonder, does everyone shop both in stores and online today? When is it best to use online versus brick and mortar? So today I'm going to discuss shopping online versus in-store with my wife and special guest, Vickie. Stay tuned. Well, this is Tech Tips for Seniors, a show with tips for seniors, or anyone really, on how to better use technologies such as smartphones and computers in your daily lives. And I'm your host, Bruce Ciotta, and I'm here with my special guest and wife, Vickie. Hi, Vickie.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. So today's show is on shopping online versus in-store. And you're a pretty regular shopper, both online and in stores. But as far as the local stores is concerned, what stores do you frequent in our area?
Well, I spend quite a bit of time in the local chain grocery stores. I also will pop into Walmart periodically during the month and pick up some basics, and I also will go to places like Kohl's for things, but I also enjoy going to the big box stores like Costco or Sam's Club.
Okay, so you've mentioned a couple of things, but what would you say are the items that you tend to buy locally?
The things that I would buy locally are usually perishables like dairy, meat, produce, things that are not as easy to get online. Some of the things like health and beauty aids I may get if I just want a small quantity. I may purchase at a local store, places like Dollar Tree. But, to be honest, I just enjoy browsing stores occasionally just to see what products are new.
And yet you do buy quite a few things online too. So what items do you tend to get when you're online shopping, and which retailers online do you use?
Well, it's kind of an odd combination of things that I do because even when you shop locally, you do still need to use a device. So my smartphone has apps for all of the stores that I'm shopping in. In fact, at one of the big box stores, you can scan and go. You don't even have to go to the register. You just use your smartphone. So it's not an either or when it comes to the use of technology. Technology is definitely needed locally as well. But as far as what do I do online, because I'm short, I tend to find clothing easier to purchase online. Also, Amazon is a must-do, really. We have kids all over the country and grandkids, and that's just the best way to send gifts so that you're not running to the post office and things get delivered right to their doors. eBay is something that I use online for just odd items like used books that I just want to read once and get rid of. So it's really kind of a mishmash, but for myself, I probably place an Amazon order for at least myself on a weekly or every other week basis.
Technology is really not your thing. So how do you feel about going to online retailers?
I don't find that to be terribly difficult. Every once in a while, I'll have a problem, but I think it saves a lot of time compared to how I used to run around trying to find a specific item in a retail store only to come up totally empty. And so it saves a lot of time, and you could check out a lot of options online. So yeah, I'm a big fan.
Do you ever feel insecure or afraid about using your credit card online?
The way we manage that is that if there's anything that seems to be a red flag to me, where I'm unsure or it's someplace I've never shopped before, I will find the purchase, put it in a shopping cart, but not make the purchase yet. I'll wait till Bruce comes home or is available and ask him to check out the site as well. Also, sometimes we will opt to use PayPal on some of those items instead of putting in our credit card, if that's an option.
Okay. So while we're on the subject of security, I know we've implemented a password manager. I've talked about password managers on this show. I just wanted to get your read on how comfortable initially that you felt about using a password manager, and then how do you feel about it now that it's been a few years that we've been using it?
I think in the beginning the password manager seemed like it was complicated, but now that we have it, it's sitting right there on the laptop where I'm doing my shopping, and so I don't have to get up and go dig in a file drawer or look for that hidden password anymore. So I don't find it to be a problem anymore because it's sitting right there on my computer. But one of the problems that I do have is if I'm shopping and Bruce is not around and I decide that I'm going to make a purchase, I'm not able with my technology level to create those passwords that are secure. And so typically if that happens, I will make a really easy password and then just tell him when he's available and he'll go into our password manager and change the password.
Okay. Good. So now, since you're talking about going online and the different ways that you do that, what is your strategy for getting bargains online? I know that that's always a challenge to shop for bargains anyway, but do you have a strategy that you can talk about?
Well, as I said, if I'm shopping locally, the apps to the store are a must-have because that's how they do coupons these days. But there's places like websites that are designed to show you bargains, like a place like Hip to Save or Crazy Coupon Lady. eBay is always a great place to find a deal if it's a popular item. You can clip printable coupons online, and those I usually take to the store, but you can find them online and print them. And the other place where I find deals is that somebody will send me an email. Some business online business that I like to do transactions with will send me, hey, you got 30% off today or 40%, and I'll just kind of wait for those sales to come, and then I'll look to see if there's something that interests me.
Good. So do you have any advice? This is my last question for you, but do you have any advice for our listeners about maybe they aren't so familiar with online shopping? What advice would you give them, and what would you show, how much online shopping that they could do today? Or what, if they don't have that much experience, how would you advise them to dip their toe in the water?
Well, the first time or two, I would suggest they don't go through with the purchase. Maybe put something in a shopping cart and then sit down with somebody a friend or relative who can show you how to do that safely and securely, and talk to you about any problems like shipping and things like that you might run into. And then I also find that people will assist you. Like if I'm in the local supermarket and I'm trying to use my smartphone and having a problem, people will often let you hand them your phone and they'll help you, they'll scroll around and help you through your problem. And lastly, I think that if you have a problem, you can call customer service if you're having trouble online, and they'll often walk you through it and tell you how to make the purchase online. And sometimes those purchases are cheaper if you're doing it online, like a hotel, things like that. So yeah, real people will help you walk through the website.
Oh, that's great advice. Work with some real people. All right, great. Well, thanks so much for coming on today to our show. It's been a real pleasure having you as my guest.
Oh, you're welcome.
Well, thanks for joining me today on Tech Tips for Seniors. I hope you found today's tech tip helpful. And if so, let me know by leaving a note in the comments section for this episode. Please also remember to like, subscribe, and pass this on to a friend who can get something out of it. It'd also be so helpful if you left us a review. If you've done that already, thanks so very much for doing that. And stay tuned for the next episode of Tech Tips for Seniors. Take care.